Had a busy week? Not a chance to sort your transfers out? Well, I've done a bit of research and I've got a couple of defenders, midfielders and forwards that are good options, I think, for your team. Let's go and see who they are, shall we? Well, a very warm welcome to you joining me here in my shed. If this is your first time, thank you for joining me. If you're a More Than a Game subscriber, thank you very much for joining me. I'll give you a little bit more info on those 3 picks that I put into that newsletter for you. And I've got 3 other picks as well. So let's get on with it. First one, Ben Chilwell. I have chosen him. Their defence looks fantastic in terms of the fixtures that they've got coming up. Indeed, if you look at the fixtures at the bottom of the page here, then you will see that they have the easiest fixtures in terms of defence over the next 7 game weeks. They rank number 1, and this is on the Premier Fantasy Tools website, their fixture difficulty rating. So yeah, they have some great fixtures. Expected goals conceded was 1.26, and this, like I said, was against Liverpool, who were pretty good in that first half. He managed to get 1 assist, had a disallowed goal. His expected assist was 0.23. Could have won it in the end as well. That shot as he was coming in on the left, the one that was disallowed, he finished with his right. What a tidy finish that was as he rounded the keeper. The other thing is Reece James is now injured and looks to be out for the foreseeable future, according to The Athletic. He is, not going to be back. But what that means, one of the things I was worried about with Chilwell when I was debating between him and James was that I thought maybe what they might swap, and next week James might play further forward, Chilwell plays further back, just based on who they were playing and which flank they determined was the easiest to manipulate against their opponents. So that seems to be out the equation now. So I'm fully expecting a left wing playing Ben Chilwell, because that's what we've seen so far. So he is my number 1 choice, actually, of all the players. I'm going to show you some more for the other positions. And maybe you can't quite afford Chilwell. He is now 5.6. He's had a rise during the week. And if you can't afford him, let me share with you who I've got up second. A nice budget option, £4.5 million defender in Rico Henry. He played as a wing back, but he had 3 key passes in this game and created 2 big chances, which was joint top amongst all players in Fantasy Premier League. So he had a fantastic game week last week. They did concede 2 goals, but it is Brentford. They did play Tottenham, who obviously are very attacking, and they do tend to have a good sort of home record for clean sheets and things like that as well. 1 assist in the game, which was lovely to see. Only 4 points for him though, but his expected assist at 0.74. Fantastic option if you're looking for someone a little bit cheaper. He is away this week to Fulham, who by the way looked toothless. How they managed to score at Everton, I don't know. But yeah, after that, a couple of plum home fixtures, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. Great option, I think, if you are in the budget market. Okay, on to midfield then. And it is James Maddison. Yes, he worked hard, and he didn't just work hard. He looked like, I don't know, a player reborn. Yeah, almost. If I was going to say the team was built around one person that day, it was him. He was in that, I won't say the number 10 role, playing in between the lines, through midfield and attack, and he was the man that was, basically everything went through him. He dominated that area. And one thing to note is Wolves managed 9 chances against Man United in that central area. Man United conceded 9 chances in that area. That was from Fantasypedia, so thank you for that information. He managed 12 crosses in the game, and he was on every single set piece. Every single one that was there, he took. And that was 6 corners. The only thing we don't know about is who is on pens. I think it'll be Richarlison. I do remember him having a bit of a tiff with Calvert-Lewin at Everton, so I think he will be up for those penalties and looking to take them. But Maddison has taken them in the past as well, so that is yet to be revealed. But if he's on penalties as well, he is, yeah, absolute FPL sort of like gold, for want of a better term. Yeah, so he is my number one choice for midfield this week. If you are looking to bring anybody in at 7.5 million, I'm not sure if he's increased, but yeah, 7.5 as far as I'm aware. Now my other midfielder, he was in 10% of teams going into game week 1, or just under, is Brian Mbeumo. Didn't have any key passes or creating any big chances or anything like that, and doesn't really look likely to assist, although, you know, he had a 0.1 chance, so he is making some passes, but he had 2 big chances. He had an expected goals of 1.21. This is off the official, these stats, by the way, from the official Premier League website. And he had 1 goal. It was a penalty. He is on penalties, which is great. He's an out of position striker. He's one of 2 strikers playing alongside Whistler, if you've not seen him, but at £6.5 million, he is great value, and probably Mitoma maybe, but his fixtures do turn a little bit. Probably the best value £6.5 million midfielder at this moment in time. So if that is the price range you're looking at, then I think he's your man. He was the main target up top without doubt, so yeah, great value. Oh, another thing to note is that Janssen went off injured. Whether he'll be back or not, I'm not sure, but he took some set pieces, so if he doesn't come back, then that could mean a few more for Mbeumo as well. Okay, up front, and this one was a little bit harder, but my number one choice is Jackson, and primarily because of the fixtures. Slightly tougher one this game week up against West Ham, but after that, Luton and Notts Forest at home. Fantastic fixtures for Chelsea, I think that. Nkunku, who is out injured until Christmas. Watching the game with the eyes, he looked very settled actually. And looked like he wants to score. Powerful young man. Couple of close efforts, one that went over the bar. Getting in those positions. So I think he's got a goal coming, and his expected goals for the game was 1.1 as well, which was one of the highest in that department, which just goes to show he was close to scoring goals and getting some opportunities. So yes, he would be my number one choice up front as well. If he's a little bit too expensive for you, slightly cheaper option, maybe a little bit punty, got to be honest, Julian Alvarez. KDB's out injured. He could start as well because he was rested midweek. I mean, he had 5 minutes from the 85th minutes that he came on, scored a penalty for them in their penalty shootout out as well. But as you can see, from attacking point of view, 1, it's Manchester City. 2, look at their fixtures. Newcastle, Sheffield United. Newcastle will be the tougher one, but they're at home. And Man City do their thing at home, don't they? Sheffield United away, Fulham at home, West Ham United away, Notts Forest at home, Wolves away. This is the next 7 game weeks, by the way, leading up to the game week 8 international break. And then it's Arsenal away, probably the toughest fixture of the lot. But even with that in there, they rank number 1 for fixture difficulty. He got an assist in the last game. Expected assist 0.27, expected goals 0.18. We don't know what Pep will do. We never will. This looks like a good option. It's either him or Foden that's going to play behind him. We shall see. We shall see. But if it's a forward, I think he is a good shout. He's certainly going to get some minutes anyway, without that, over the next few weeks, if he doesn't start overall. So those are my options. Let's have a look and see what we think of the transfers that have been taking place this week. And as we can see, Chilwell is the most transferred in defender and has risen to £5.6 million. And like I say, for me, that is a fantastic choice. And if you haven't got him in your team, why? Do tell us in the comments below, because I would like to know. Isak is the second most transferred in player. For me, that's a no. It's too early with their fixtures. They've got some really tough fixtures coming up. Up against, who's it against? Is it City, Liverpool? Yeah, and then Brighton away. So that one for me is a non-starter. But however, from game week 5, we will have a lot more information about who's getting more minutes up top, because I do think the days of him playing on the left are over. Gordon did really well over there. Barnes did really well over there at the weekend, probably even better. So that is a real competition for that left berth slot, and I think it is between these two. I think Isak is possibly the number 1 choice, but then Wilson comes on, scores as well. Has an XG of 1.2 in the minutes that he had, and Yeah, absolutely. I think Newcastle look really dangerous this season, to be honest with you. Game week 5 onwards, we do need to keep an eye on them. Saka's, did really well. Now this one, Rodri. I did watch the game and think he looked a lot more attacking. I think reading some tweets, I think it was Forlex MCFC on Twitter. He's a big Man City fan. He was saying that it wasn't quite as cut and dry. They were rotating around midfield. Different people were making it forward. But for me, when I was watching it, I thought that he did get forward more and was almost trying to be the gun dog. That's what I thought. So it is a wait and see, though. Certainly not somebody I'm rushing out to buy at this moment in time. Estepinian, yes, again, almost playing as a left winger, similar to Chilwell. I think those two are they're the main defenders I think everybody wants in their team at this moment in time. Saliba, people are obviously getting rid of Gabriel, and he has had the price rise as well to 5.1. And then after that, to Luis Diaz. I think that's a really good shout, to be honest with you. Almost made it onto my video this week. And then João Pedro, because he's on penalties. Maddison, who we've talked about as well. Look at that. James, 188,000 managers have transferred him in. Let that be a warning to you. Don't go early unless you're absolutely desperate. I bet it was a price change thing. People not wanting to lose the 1.1 on Gabriel or whatever. Although he hasn't changed price anyway, to my knowledge. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Thanks very much. So, big thank you for joining me on the show. If you have enjoyed the show, do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't before. Apart from that, if I don't see you or speak to you before then, have a fantastic game week 2, and I shall catch you next week here on FPL Focus. See you later.